Well, this is hauntingly familiar.
Hey.
Didn't think we'd be here doing this soon, but the rumors are there. The tea is being spilt. And I guess we're here talking about All Stars 11?
Oh, God.
But no tea today. Just what we want to see. So.
Just speculation and wishes.
The wishes, the fan casting, all of the above. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. I am drinking a Diet Baja Blast from Taco Bell. Because that is...
Diet Baja.
It's great, honestly. It tastes exactly the same. As someone that is a very big fan of the Baja Blast, the diet tastes the same and 0 calorie. So, we're a big fan. Taco Bell was the Memorial Day meal of choice for me. Because fuck America. Anyway, also, cup mug. LanaGCreations.etsy.com. That link is down in the description below. We do ship domestically within North America and allegedly internationally, so there are no excuses. Go get your merch. Thank you very much. And I thank you, even though we're not talking about any Filipino queens today, unfortunately. I thought about it.
Well, hi, everybody. It's Brook, and I'm passionate about pop culture. And as you are all well aware, if it's a fantasy cast, I have to find a way to peek my way in somehow. Even if it's...
You don't show up for recaps, but certainly these.
Well, girl, we're booked and blessed this season, okay?
Yes, we are.
Beside the point, we are all booked and blessed, and I have made the executive decision to show up when I am needed and not necessarily when I want to. So,
Fair.
Beside the point. As you all know, this was my dream series to keep running on the channels, and I'm so happy we're keeping it going. And I'm really happy that you guys seem to be really liking these videos too.
Yes.
But All Stars 11, dear God, imagine saying that about 6 years ago. But we're here. We made it.
We're here. We made it, bitches. Oh, and no one casted her either. Shout out to Judge.
I
almost did too, but I knew she would never go back.
Well, she recently said that she wouldn't, so I was like, are we talking about Nisha Lopez?
No, I'm talking about Jasmine Masters.
Oh, okay. Well, she was also on my short list, so there.
Yes. Shout out to Judge Jasmine Masters. Shout out to Miss Jasmine.
Yeah. And for the record, I am drinking water. A generic bottle of water, in fact.
God damn it, I wasn't.
I got it.
I got it.
And hi, I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. And today I'm drinking water, and I chose my skull mug because it matches my shirt.
Love the shirt.
And that's on branding.
Absolutely. Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and gay. Hey. Today, I'm also drinking water in a very rainy day. The weather is not agreeing with Memorial Day, thank God. It felt all of the Memorial energy from the U.S. and it just decided to say, nope, it's going to rain today. It's going to rain today here in Mexico. So, we're having fun.
Great. Yeah, we're imposing our will on everybody else. It's fine. But y'all, I don't know if y'all are aware, but allegedly, and as it's about to say on screen, everything is alleged information. Allegedly, All Stars 11 is filming soon. And that's...
Who knows?
Very fun.
We don't know anything.
Everything is alleged.
I actually don't know anything. I heard one semblance of a rumor, and we said, okay, before they actually put people in sequester... and tea starts coming out about who's actually there. Let's jump on this and let's fan cast our cast for RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 11.
And now that we know that we're watching All Star Stan and we know the format and we can kind of think about it, more.
So,
and better.
Honestly, going into the season of All Stars 2, by the way, I thought this format would be bad. I adore this format so far.
And I had been
Mhm.
telling y'all, because if you're not checking out our All Stars 10 recaps, please make sure to go check that out. We are covering this season in full. We have a lot of really fun guests that we've already had on. We've had John Filiaga from Drag Race Philippines and Michaela Couture and Helena Poison from Canada's Drag Race Season 5 already on, with a lot of really fun guests in the works, y'all. We found out some fun things today. We're not saying anything, but y'all, we're working on things for y'all. I'm not overpromising. David's not here. David, I know you're listening. I'm not overpromising yet, but we're working on some really fun things for y'all. So stay tuned. But we are covering All Stars 10. I've been telling y'all, because I knew the format. I knew the whole situation. I knew it was going to be a fun season. It's delivering even more than I thought it was going to. I'm loving this format. I'm loving the way this season is going down so far. So, in the style of All Stars 10, we decided to come together today and fan cast for All Stars 11 in the same format. So each one of us has come together with our fan cast of 18 queens, 3 brackets, and we're going to share them together with all of us here today. Talk about who we would like to see on All Stars 11, and maybe casting will throw some of these girls in the ring finally, or again, or yes please, all of the above. So none of this is confirmed. None of these people are on the season yet. None of this is not a rumored cast video. This is nothing of the sort. This is just who we want to see on All Stars.
It's a fantasy cast because we the fans want to see some of these girls come back. That's just what
thank you, Brooke. Exactly. So
a
we're
wish
going to dive
list,
into that,
if you will.
Wish list. This will be titled something of the sort, so y'all will know. But we're going to dive into that, talk about our fan casts for All Stars 11. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. Like I said, that's currently All Stars 10. We are in the thick of All Stars 10, and we are wrapping up Morbid Drags Reinas Malditas on the channel as well, so make sure to check out our recaps and our look over here's for that as well. And coming later this week, we may have a lovely, beautiful, another franchise coming very soon, because the international franchises may have finally gotten their shit together, and there may be one finally coming out in June. Thank you.
I wonder which one it may be.
I wonder. It may be a franchise represented by someone.
World of Wonder, but
I really do wonder. Do we have a specific correspondent for that country?
I wonder.
Who knows?
I wonder.
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned this weekend.
Who
we're very
knows?
excited. Allegedly. Everything is alleged information.
Allegedly.
We still don't even necessarily know, but we're excited nonetheless. And make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels. We are trying to hit 1,000 new subscribers across all 4 of our channels by the end of the year, and your support means that we get to do awesome, cool one-off videos like this one. Make sure to check out our Patreon as well. We will be doing a part 2 to this video, where we are fighting to the death between the 4 of us to put together our aggregate 18 for this All-Stars season. That will be releasing early on Patreon for everyone, along with a lot of really fun one-off videos for the drag channel, as well as all 4 of our channels. So stay tuned for that. That link is in the description. Our social media, all of our personal social media, merch link, all that's in the description. So before we dive into our individual casts, it's actually really funny. We gave kind of parameters for how we wanted to cast our seasons. It was a very kind of loose parameter, and then all 4 of us ended up casting in the same way, which I think is very fun. So we set the parameter of obviously 18 queens, 3 brackets, the same way they're doing this season. We added the caveat of we wanted to include international queens. And obviously there's an element of, okay, there's some franchises that unfortunately, as much as we would love to include, Chilean queens, Mexican queens, like queens from franchises where English is not their first language, unfortunately, we all watch Global All Stars to some extent. We know what happens. we recognize that it is an American All-Star season. And as such, our casting from international Drag Race seasons was a little bit more limited. But funny, so we set the max limit to 6 queens internationally. Funny enough, we each then just drafted 1 queen per bracket internationally, which I think is just a really fun way to do it.
Our brains,
Our brains. When you get 4 of the neurospicy people on this podcast together, we all kind of just mind meld without even speaking to each other about the process, which I think is very fun. But I had a really good time coming up with my list for this. I don't know about y'all. I thought about this, but I didn't think about it too much. I kind of just went off of vibe and energy, not to be confused with the drag queen vibe, who I did not put on this cast, but I love her.
She was on my too soon list.
Yeah, I want her to bake a little bit longer. I'd like to see her on a Versus the World, even though Bob the drag queen refuses anyone should be on them. But I thought about it, but I also wanted to go off of energy and figure out, like, who do I want to see? Who do I want to be on this season? And those kinds of things. So I enjoyed coming up with my cast for this.
Me too.
Me too.
I mean, I thought about it a little. Like, I did go through like all of the lists of all the franchises that I was casting from, but then I made like a short list of like 30-ish, and then I was like, okay, who are my must be? Then I got those out of the way, and then I was like, okay, I know who I for sure want to see. And then I saw how many spots I had. I was like, okay, and then I started like thinking really about it a little bit more. But when we get into our individual brackets, I'll talk about my reasoning for my casting a little bit more in depth. But like, I think we kind of had the same wavelength a little bit while casting.
Totally.
I don't know about you.
I think we did as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm just excited. I just want to get into it. I just want to get yelled at for my takes and boosted for my other takes.
Well, yes. You are first alphabetically, so I think without further ado, I think we should just dive into it. All right, Brooke, do you want to give us a little bit of a caveat before we dive into your first bracket, or
couple of things. One, it was very hard putting this list together. I want that established.
I think we can all agree with that.
There are so many people that I wanted to cast on this list. I had to make several last-minute cuts, and it really hurt me. But the people I picked, I think, in each bracket are the people I think either the people I've been waiting to see the longest, or the people that have done some really interesting things since their time on Drag Race, or people that should have done better on the original seasons or whatever. And I just think these are the people that I wanted to see the most. So bracket 1 was actually the first bracket I did. I did not do the short listing. I said in my head, who were the 6 people, the first 6 names that pop in my head that I wanted to see. Okay. And I did swap a couple of them later, but 4 of these people were the first 4 people that popped in my head. So in bracket 1, when we did do colors, so they're in green, we have Marsha, Mergen McMurkles, Jaden Dior Fierce, the artist formerly known as Sasha Bell, now known as Frisbee Jenkins, a mandatory meeting, and for our international flavor representing both Drag Race Thailand and UK versus the world, we have Mother Pangina Heels. Now, assembling this list, the first person that popped in my head, surprisingly maybe to all of you, was actually Marsha.
I love that.
So if you all don't know, Marsha has been booked and blessed since season 15. She's been the understudy for the MC in Cabaret on Broadway for over a year. She's done national tours since then. She's launched her own cosmetics brand. She has been truly one of the biggest Drag Race success stories in years. And now that Cabaret, it's starting to do the natural Broadway decline right before it goes off, this is the perfect time for her to come back to Drag Race. So I would love to see Marsha come back. And in the same token, Morgan McMichaels is one of my favorite people that has ever been on Drag Race. I adore her. Robbed on All Stars 3 twice. The second time maybe not as much. The first time absolutely robbed. She should not have went home there. Because rest in peace, rest in power, Chi Chi DeVayne was nowhere near anything we had seen her before at that point in that talent show. Morgan should have stayed, and I just want to see her compete again. If you want my lengthy thoughts on Jaden Dior Fierce, go check out our Global All-Stars fan casting video.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years. Cast her on anything Drag Race adjacent.
11.
It's going to be 11 by the time it airs. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll skip Frisbee for a second. I'll come back. A mandatory meeting was actually one of the last picks I made on this cast. And I really considered it. And I just remember the Bring Back My Girls for season 50 for their season. And it was just really interesting to see the change that had happened for Amanda. I think it's going to be enough time where maybe we could see, I don't want to say maybe the same level as Irene. I don't know how successful that transition could be, but I would really love to see Amanda in a new light. And also, she shouldn't have went home when she did because she absolutely demolished Q in that lip sync. So,
wake it up.
Bad lip sync.
Again.
Bad lip sync, but Amanda won that lip sync.
Wake it up again.
Wake it up. And then
good morning. Wake it up again.
And then Pangina. Do I need to explain why Pangina heels?
Mother.
No reason
It's
necessarily.
If you would like to go check out me, Lana, and David in conversation with Pangina Heels, I can't believe I can say that. That video is available on the channel as well.
So for context, something that you all may not know, they told me about 2 hours before that video got filmed that was happening. I cried in the studio at even the idea of this happening for the channel. If that tells you how much I love Pangina.
I cried when I found out I was going to get to talk to Pangina Heels. Like, it was, it is still, to this day, one of the single best things I have ever done as a part of this podcast. Like, it is incredible. I love her. Truly inspirational in every possible way. I love her. Anyway.
And then finally, Frisbee Jenkins, I just want it. Okay. I know I put 2 season 7 girls in the same bracket. I don't give a fuck. Okay. We really didn't get to see much of Sasha on Drag Race. She was only here for 2 episodes, but also the drag evolution from Sasha Bell to the mustachioed dad bod Frisbee Jenkins is hilarious. I think this could be the time where we finally get some of these drag stereotyping and the drag standards that Drag Race has always applied to their queens about overt femininity at all times. Maybe it could finally be breaking down with some of the casting choices we've been seeing in recent years. I'm hoping that that's the case because I really want to see how that would apply to the competition now. And also, Sasha was so new to drag when she was on season 7. I want to see, I mean, again, it's been 10 years, 11 years. What's changed in your life? How are you now? Who are you now? 3 episodes even minimum. I would just love to see the change.
I can tell you who he is. A whole ass man.
Oh, fully. If you've seen the Twitter, you know.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Oh, I've subscribed to the OnlyFans, darling. I have. Several. No, I love this group together for several reasons. I think the dynamic of this group would be very fun. The standout picks for me in this group actually are Frisbee and Amanda. I think those are really fun picks here. I think all 6 of these picks are gorge.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I really like that you picked Amanda. She was on my too soon, like season 16. I do have some choices from that season, but but I'll give the reasonings for my choices when it is my cast. But she was someone that I was considering as well, so I'm happy that you casted her here. And Marcia is someone that I hadn't really considered, but now that you're talking about her, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, actually, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, like specifically Marcia for me, it's like one of those queens that I had forgotten about for a bit until lately, where, you know, they released that small documentary that they had about her doing cabaret. And so she came back into my bubble, and I've been seeing a lot of her lately. And I know that she's now super focused on Broadway, but still seeing how her drag has evolved is really interesting. I think several of like these people talking to each other would be a little surreal. Like in my brain, it doesn't compute that like Frisbee Jenkins and Pangina Heels could be talking to each other and be
Oh,
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 no.
the lights go out
Not-
again.
Not the rain
And that's
sabotage.
the night the lights went out in Morelia.
Twice.
Twice.
Oh, no.
Twice.
Oh,
God damn.
well, Diva.
Well,
Diva.
Diva,
you know,
diva,
they
diva.
had some valid points, but you know.
Yeah, we're about to get jump scared, by the way. I want you to be prepared for that.
I know. I'm switching it over. Don't worry.
Okay.
I got it. I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there we go. Perfect timing. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. The another really thing I really wanted to focus on was the idea of, okay, if we get the top two lip sync format that we're still getting right now, imagine a lip sync between like Marsha and Pangina, or like
Or Morgan and Pangina.
Morgan and Pangina, or Jaden and Pangina.
Jaden and Amanda. Like
Literally, 4 of these
Jaden and
people
Morgan?
are considered A tier or S tier lip syncers in this franchise. And we really didn't get to see Frisbee do more than the one lip sync. And she wasn't even bad. Twist of Fate is just, dear God, Katya ate that one up. So like
well,
literally,
yes.
like
Rest
all
in
of them
power,
are
Olivia.
good to great at lip syncing. Yeah. These top 2 lip syncs are going to be great. So that's bracket 1.
Love.
Love it.
Bracket 2, my dear.
Okay, so bracket 2, same energy. I just went in, and these are the people that immediately popped out in my head. Wearing red, we have Plasma, Cornbread the Snack Jete, The Lady Camden, Thorgy Thor, April Carry-On, and for your international flavor from Drag Race Down Under, we have Electra Shock. Every single pick that I made in group 2 are people that I want on the next season of All Stars, period. Right? And like the other group is like more of like these are people I would like to see back at some point in the other 2. I need to see all 6 of these people on All Stars 11, including Electra, which again, in our global video, Electra was my pick to represent Down Under in Global 2. But I just need it. I need it in my soul, in my spirit, in a very real, defining way right now. I rewatched a lot of Electra's lip syncs today, actually. Like after I was like, I really need to go watch Tragedy again. It's been too long.
Shout out to JoJo the Ho. Shout out to JoJo the Ho.
But God, literally great lip syncer, great talent, underappreciated on Down Under. I want to see what she would bring to American audience because they're gonna love her too. Did the lights go out again?
Oh no. Okay, y'all, drink every time the lights go out in Morelia today.
They said there may not be light.
Truly.
There may not be light in Morelia today.
Continuing, Plasma. I like Plasma a lot. Did Plasma deserve to go home in the lip sync? She did.
Yes.
Do I still wish she hadn't? Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, Plasma was one of my favorite people that season. I really was hoping she would be around longer, and then what happened. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but I would love to see Plasma come back. Cornbread. I just really think Cornbread would have won season 14. I do. I've thought that ever since 14 happened. 14 is actually my favorite season of American Drag Race because I love the entire cast.
Wake it up.
Wake it up.
I see you. I see you.
I love literally every single person on the season 14 cast. I love all of them. So I would have loved to have seen Cornbread come back. I know that she's been up and down a few times on whether she would come back. I think we are currently on an I would era, so I'm going to hope that that's where we stay. Mother Lady Camden.
Mm-hmm.
We need a few runner-ups and a few finalists on this cast. And I really think Camden is someone who I think could have came back this season and done really well. They went with Bosco instead. Cool. They went with Daya instead. Cool. She's the only finalist who hasn't either won or been back on All-Stars yet from season 14. Wake it up, Whitney Camden, All-Stars 11.
She is the only person from the top 7 of season 14 to have not returned yet.
She'll be back. Thorgy. Same thing I said about
Pink.
Morgan. Love Pink. I should have made the thing pink just for that one joke.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
Thorgy should have been back by now. I think Thorgy got so screwed on All-Stars 3. And I know it's been it's pretty much a fan consensus at this point that we all agree about that, but I really feel that way. Thorgy's one of my favorite people that's ever been on Drag Race. Let her come back. I think she'll do fantastic if they actually give her a shot. And then April Carry On. So I just finished rewatching season 6 a couple months ago. And something that really, I feel like someone we've really forgotten about for their talent. April is an incredible seamstress. April is an incredible designer. And she is a great lip syncer. She had a little bit of struggles with the translations because English is not her first language. But now, I mean, again, it's been 10, 11, 12 years since season 6 was airing. Maybe she's had time and now her English is better. Maybe she's going to be in a situation where she can bring that same, even more polished looks to the runway. Her April Showers look is still a top 10 look in Drag Race history, argue with the wall, history. And I just really think that she could bring something really awesome to an All-Stars cast and really maybe have one of these big glow-ups that we've been seeing girls have on All-Stars for years.
Agreed, fully.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I do want to say I did have Lady Camden and Cornbread on my short list. I removed Cornbread because I thought she still was on the not returning thing, and I was like, I want to keep it realistic, so that's why she didn't make my list. Spoiler. But yeah, Lady Camden, I think she's bound to come back eventually, for sure. I just had other people that I wanted, and she was one of the queens that really hurt to cut out from my list, so I'm glad that she's on yours.
Gorge group. I may or may not be speaking about most of these people later, so I will save most of my commentary.
Same. Yeah, I was like, we'll get to the other ones later, I'm sure.
But on the international pick, I'll say specifically because I don't have Electra as my down under pick. I love the Electra pick. I love. And I think the Electra pick is actually very similar to your Frisbee Jenkins pick as well, which I really, really love those choices from you, Brooke. I think having Electra on an American franchise would be so refreshing to see. And I would love to see it. Electra is one of my favorite international queens ever. So I think having her on would be a joy to watch.
Yeah, I have a couple of my people in this bracket as well.
Yeah.
Specifically, 2 people that I put in the exact same bracket, in bracket 2, that are together. And I am looking at them, and we really agree with what we think about these queens. But the one that I specifically want to talk about is Plasma, because she just didn't make my list, unfortunately. Because for me, it was one of those things where I want her to cook a little bit more to really have that time to grow as much as possible. Because when she does come back, I want her to really be that be one of those girls that are almost about to win, an absolute banger of a queen. And do I think she is capable of doing that? Yes. Do I think she's quite there yet? Not yet, but I would be so happy to see Plasma come back. I really enjoy a lot of the picks that you made here. And yet again, the fact of having Thorgy Thor talking to Electra and Plasma would be surreal. That just doesn't feel right.
Thorgy and Plasma in the same bracket with Cornbread and Camden?
I was going to say Thorgy kiki'ing with Cornbread? Please.
We would.
Please.
Yes, please.
I live.
Wild.
So, but yes, I love this. I love every bit of this. Love Pink.
Love Red.
Or Love Red.
Love Red.
Love Red.
Love
Yes,
Red.
absolutely.
Same shades, different colors.
Different
Love
colors.
It.
Close enough.
Big fan. Huge.
Okay.
All right. One more.
So my last group, again, same general thought process. These are just people I think I either want to see again or just haven't had that opportunity to come back yet. So in blue, we have in bracket 3, Suzanne Toot, Robin Fierce, Mercedes Iman Diamond, Maddie Morphosis, Mirage, and Tace as our international flavor from UK. This is a collection of people that I like, and again, none of these girls are really on like an older season. I believe Tace actually was on Drag Race. Either her or Mercedes were around the same time. I think Mercedes was on a year.
I think Mercedes was on Drag Race first.
Barely, but I think like a year.
Barely.
But like by a year, yeah.
So, but again, neither one of them have had a huge long layoff like some of the other girls I had earlier. But every single person on this list are people that I think could come up and show something we haven't really seen from them before. Specifically, I was not going to put a single person from season 17 on my cast other than Susie Toot, because I think fundamentally Susie Toot could have won season 17, and seeing what she brought for the Lollapalooza, like visually, and how different it was from pretty much anything she had wore the entire season, and the performing ability she had for the Lollapalooza, I think she's just going to win whatever All-Star season she's on. So why not just make it 11 and keep her fresh in the fans' minds? I just love Susie too, so there's that too. Robin Fierce, I just want her to get an edit this time. That's the big thing. I want the Robin Fierce edit. But also, Robin is a very talented performer. If we had the Lollapalooza in the same format we do now for season 15, I think there's a real argument to be made that Robin could have won that Lollapalooza. Because if you haven't watched the lip sync to In Your Room recently, highly recommend. And on that same token, Mercedes Iman Diamond, underrated lip syncer and underrated performer, unintentionally one of the funniest people that has ever been on Drag Race. I still say opulence consistently.
Opulence.
Opulence.
And if one half of opulence has come back, why can't the other half of opulence come back?
Wake it up. Also,
wake it up.
Most of the season 11 casters came back at this point. Almost all of them, in fact. And out of the ones we would like to see come back, because obviously some of the people that haven't came back, I'm good. But Mercedes, please, I think Mercedes would be a fantastic addition to this cast. Maddie was allegedly supposed to be on this season of All Stars.
Oh, not allegedly. It was confirmed. We talked about it in our pink bracket recap. Yeah. But yes, everything is alleged information.
Everything is alleged information at the cup. Yes. But Maddie was at the hotel for All Stars 10 and backed out. So, yeah, please. I love Maddie so much. Maddie's one of the funniest people that has ever been on Drag Race. One of my laugh out loud moments in the history of the show is during the Super Tease challenge, where she comes in, falls on the floor, spins around, and goes, "The dancing queen is here." It makes me laugh every time I watch it. She should have been high in that challenge. But then I'm going to move to Tace real quick. The reason that I picked Tace over everyone else in the UK, I do not think we are ever going to get her back in any iteration other than American All-Stars. And if this is what it takes to get her back on my screen, this is what we're doing. Tace is one of those people that could show up and win a season of Drag Race wherever she goes. She is one of the best performers we have ever had on the show. Any franchise. She is an incredible lip syncer, an incredible talent. Supremely funny. The confessionals alone justify this placement on the cast. So... the cheek, the nerve, the audacity, and the gumption.
The nerve, the cheek, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption of you to not get the nerve, the cheek, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
I forgot the gall. I apologize.
Yeah, and you have the gall to forget the nerve, the cheek, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption, my dear.
Yeah, I love this though. And then Mirage. This was the last person I added to the cast. There were two people I debated between. For full context, the other person was Mayim on the page. But I
Queen
ended up
lips.
going with Mirage for a couple of reasons. One, the talent show alone gives me hope. She was super popular. The fan base loved her enough that when she lost a lip sync because she didn't know the words, half of the fan base still said she won. So if that tells you anything, the fan support is there. She was almost the backup replacement for Maddie for this season of All Stars. That's been confirmed as well. Again, everything is alleged information, but that's been confirmed as well. So we know she's still on their minds. But yeah, I just really like Mirage. And again, did she lose the lip sync? Yes, because she didn't know the words. But did she still perform her ass off during that lip sync, even if she didn't know the words? Yes.
Well, yes.
And did she eat
Love
up?
Geneva.
And did she eat up the Lollapalooza? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And is she in my literal favorite lip sync in the history of the show? And I am literally about to cry thinking about it right now. Yes.
Yes.
So Mirage was very close to not making this list because I do think she could use a little bit more time. But quite frankly, I don't care. So
I love all of these picks.
Me too.
Yeah, these picks are.
I almost picked Maddie, but then I was like, she was supposed to be on this season, so I think maybe it would be better to just not come back next year and wait a little bit and just like come back later.
She's got
such
a good gig going.
Yeah.
She's got such a good gig going. Let some other girlies do their thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of these girls are in my brain the kind of girls that I constantly wait for, and I'm constantly like, should she come back? Is she ready yet? Like Robin, Mercedes, Mirage, those are the kind of girls that I'm like, I want to see them come back and get that redemption that they want. And so I'm really happy that they are in your Dreamcast, Brooke. But I'm also constantly like thinking, are they ready yet? I do think that people like Mirage and Mercedes could be ready yet, but like there's always that little lingering in my brain that's like, who knows? But like always seeing them back there's always a plus. It's always a plus having this kind of queens back, because no matter what, they're gonna show a huge amount of growth, and specifically for queens like Robin, who didn't get a lot of airtime in their seasons. A format like this is really, really good. So I would love to see Robin specifically for this format.
I agree.
Period. All right, Eduardo.
Okay, it's my time to shine. Okay, so what I wanted to do is have as much diversity as possible when it comes to drag aesthetics, when they were on the seasons, like what kind of personality they had. I didn't really go based on like, oh, did they do super well on their seasons? I have a lot of queens that went home earlier on their seasons, because I think this type of format tends to like be a good way to reintroduce queens that maybe didn't do as well in the original seasons. And so I have a lot of, I would say, very interesting people that would normally not be brought up into the fold of All Stars. But I think having them here with this format would be really, really interesting. And so I would like to move on to my first bracket. My first bracket, the red bracket, I have Mystique Summers, Dita Ritz, Dusty Ray Bottoms, Jackie Cox, Morphine Love Dion, and obviously Taste. Let's start with the obvious ones. Let's start with Taste. I agree with you, Brooke. I think that she has said it herself. The only way that she's ever going to come back is in a US All Stars. And so if this is what it takes to have her back, bring her on. I don't care. I just need more Taste on my screen, no matter what. Number 2.
Rig the season for her. Who cares?
Absolutely.
Just bring her back.
I would be happy with Taste winning this season. And honestly, seeing my brackets, I think Taste has a really good shot at doing really well. But that's just me. The number 2 most obvious one is obviously, in my opinion, Morphine. Morphine is so well loved and so well liked. I think she has a lot of potential of doing really well. She was really close to getting to that finale in her original season. Sure, she had a lot of stumbles throughout the season, but I think she still has a lot of potential of doing well, and people love her. People love her. People want her back no matter what. Um, then Jackie Cox. Jackie Cox, I have here specifically as my like comedy queen here because I feel like I didn't have any other like.
You can't put her in a box.
Did everyone start singing in
Yep.
their head? I'm Jackie
My
Cox.
name is Jackie
Put
Cox.
me
Can't
in a
put her
in a
box.
box.
Yep, we all did.
Yes,
Thank you.
you can't put her in a
See?
box, but like she's like
No.
the most
But you can put her
comedy
in a
forward.
bracket.
Yeah, you can put her in a bracket. But as I said, she's like the most comedy forward person that came to mind from around this time that I would really enjoy to see back. Um, yeah, I just like her, and specifically, I think she's hot out of drag.
Well,
Period.
obviously, wake it up.
Absolutely. Then my other three, which I think are like my interesting picks. Well, maybe not Dita, because Dita is Dita. Dita has been
Dita.
wanting to come back for forever. We need
Wake
her
it
back
up.
at some point. Come on now. Why hasn't she been back? She has like been wanting to come back. She's been trying to come back. She's screaming. She's gnawing at the bars, like, let me in, and we just haven't had her. I don't know why. Okay, now for real. Mystique Summers. I need Mystique Summers on my screen because we have had every single other queen, like every other queen from season 2 has been back on All Stars except for Mystique. And she gave us one of the most iconic moments in all of Drag Race. Bitch, I am from Chicago. I will whoop your ass. I need that kind of energy in my new age Drag Race.
Yeah.
I need those bitches that are not afraid to fight. I need those bitches that are gonna stand up and about to punch a bitch. I need Mystique to be back on my screen because I think not only will her like experience be so interesting to see, but I need that kind of villainous energy. And then Dusty is Dusty. She's one of those queens that I just think got a really bad shake in her original season. And season 10 is a specific season that has a very special place in my heart because that was the first season that I watched like live. And so season 10 has a very special place in my heart. And Dusty was one of these queens that I really attached myself to right before the season started. I think she has such an interesting style of drag that wasn't respected in her original season. And she has done so much in her time out of Drag Race. So I would love to see her back and see what she has to offer.
I'm going to wake up the Dusty Ray Bottoms pick because when I saw that on your list, I was like, oh my God, yeah. This format, I think, is built for queens like Dusty Ray Bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is such a smart pick. I'm going to be honest, I hadn't considered Dusty, but I have followed Dusty as well. Dusty is someone I attached myself to as well preseason on season 10. I absolutely love Dusty. I've followed Dusty since. I would love to see Dusty get another shot in this format. So my highlight here, the great group. Love the group. My highlight here is Dusty, actually.
I feel like such a fucking idiot because I was going through my brackets and I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody that I really want to come back, and I couldn't remember who it was. And the second I saw that picture of Dita Ritz, I was like, motherfucker, that's who it was. Yeah, Dita would have been on my list for sure if I had remembered Dita like while I was casting. Fun fact, Dusty was in one of my brackets for a brief period of time.
Mm-hmm.
For largely the same reasons. I really think Dusty is an incredible choice to come back for this. I just ended up having a couple other people that's like, oh, I'd rather them fill the spot than not. I did consider Mystique as well because I do feel it does feel kind of specific that Mystique is the one that hasn't came back yet.
Like literally now, the one person.
Mm-hmm.
The one.
Only one now. Before this season, it was her and Nicole. And now
it's only her.
Her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Taste, I mean, obviously, yes. So.
And
love Jackie, love Morphine. They are, in my opinion, good, obvious picks. Like, yeah,
Yeah, totally. Bracket 2, my dear.
Bracket 2, very similar to bracket 1.
River didn't give comments.
Oh, I right after Logan finished talking, I was like, same page, because you just said everything that I was thinking. So absolutely, yes.
So fair.
You're good.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Again,
Yes.
y'all, it's four of the most neurospicy people on the pod in the one recording today. So we're all very cognizant of making sure the podcast runs properly.
Doing our best. Doing
Yes.
our absolute best.
Lord.
And we love it today, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brooke. Eduardo, my dear, bracket number
Okay.
2.
Bracket number 2, very similar thing to bracket number 1. A lot of very diverse people. I think there's more of a thing of like people that I am more excited to see rather than people that are like more of a wild cards. There's less wild cards in my opinion here.
Mhm.
There's more obvious picks here, and then there's I think 2 maybe that are odd, but
Mhm.
I'm excited to talk about them anyways. Let's get to it, shall we? My number 1 pick for bracket number 2 is the Princess. Then we have April Carry On, Thorgy Thor, Jasmine Kennedy, Lux Noir London, and my international pick is Kimi Couture. So let's start.
Correct.
Yes, of course.
You ate
Let's
that.
start with the Princess. Girl, first of all, so hot out of drag.
Well, yeah.
So hot out of drag. But also, the Princess is one of those queens that brings such good old school drag that like I just feel this need to have her come back because not a lot of people have talked about her, not a lot of people remember her, and so I think with this type of format, having people like the Princess come back is like the perfect moment for them to come back. I think this would be incredible for the Princess's like platform. My number 2, April. Brooke, you said it yourself. Like she had a lot of struggles in her original season because she didn't speak English super fluently, but now she's had probably enough time to now speak it fluently and to have more of an even playing field with everyone else. And also, she said that she wanted to come back for All Stars 2. She didn't, so we've been waiting. We're waiting for her to come back to All Stars. Thorgy Thor got a really bad shake on All Stars 3. She got screwed over so hard, and she is absolutely one of my favorite queens of all time. And yet again, I found myself kind of missing this more comedy-leaning queen in my bracket, and so Thorgy just felt like the right person to have on the cast. Then on to Jasmine. I'm just shocked that with the amount of season 14 queens that are in All Stars 10, we for some reason just completely skipped over Jasmine. Jasmine was my obvious pick to come back from her season. And so the fact that she wasn't picked for All Stars 10 was a little bit gaggy for me. I feel like she has evolved so much. She has transitioned. She has done so much. And I feel like she is ready to come back. Like she's super confident now. I think she
I
has
believe
survived.
she was in the middle of part of her transition when they filmed the brackets. I believe that's why she was not part of it, actually.
Makes sense. Okay,
Because I
that's
remember
fair.
October, November that she was like, I believe, don't quote me on that, but I do agree with you that I'm a little gagged. But I think there was a reason why she may have been asked, but I'm not sure.
That's fair. But now, if that is true, she has had more time to transition, and she probably can now go into All Stars without any
Stunning
issues.
woman.
Stunning, so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, let's move on because I could talk about Jasmine being so pretty for hours. Anyways, another queen that I could talk about being so pretty for hours, Lux. This bitch brings such good TV. She brings such good TV. I love her so much. I know that people hate her. I don't care. I personally love her so much because she is so opinionated in such a good way. She brings that kind of old school drama that I love. I love so much. She's so bitchy and I love her. And I think she brings such good drag. If Sasha wasn't on her season, I think she could have had a really good shot at winning the season. There were so many
Mistress
wins.
was going to win. What are you talking about, Eduardo?
She wasn't. It was Lux. It was going to be Lux. I fight the wall. Fight the wall, bitch.
You're not going to
Lux.
see me fighting any walls.
There you go. Anyways, and then Kimi Couture for the first of all, Canada. I when I found myself having a lot of issues picking my international queens, and then I just thought, I'm just gonna go with the queens that just already speak English. And Kimi was the number one pick that came to my brain when I thought of who I wanted to have from Canada. She already represents Canada. She represents the Asian queens. I think she's Filipino. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Anyways, she also brings some Filipino vibes into her drag as well. I think she's such an interesting person to bring back because she did so well in her season. She almost made that final two and she just missed out on it. I think having her back would be really, really interesting. And she's just one of those queens that I just really adore, that I always want to see come back. She's one of my favorite Canada queens. So I just feel the need to have her back. But yeah, I love all of these queens. I really love all of these queens.
Yeah.
Let's wake up Thorgy and Lux fighting in this bracket. That'd be
Oh
fun.
my god.
No,
Oh
I
my
think
god.
they would get along famously. I feel like
They would
it would be
The
like
best friends or enemies.
It would be like Thorgy and Bob fighting.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes.
Bob.
Lux would be the new Bob for Thorgy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lux would be winning all the challenges, and Thorgy would be like,
Yeah.
So every single person on this page was at one point considered for my brackets.
Right.
Two of them made my brackets, so shout outs to April and Thorgy. Thank you very much. I did consider the princess. I just didn't really find a place that I felt like was a good spot for her. And I just ended up not going with Canada because I wanted to get franchises judged by Ru. But if I did pick a girl from Canada, it would have either been Kimmy or Jada. So
turn up.
turn up, queen. Jasmine Kennedy should have been on All Stars 10. We're like, in terms of like where she was at, in terms of the timing may not have been right, but in terms of readiness, absolutely.
Who would you have swapped?
What? Who would I have swapped?
Of the 14 queens, who would you have swapped for Jasmine?
Oh, from the season 14 girls? Alyssa
The season 4.
Real talk. I want more time. I love
Yeah.
Alyssa. She should not have went home. She won that lip sync. Wake it up. But I'm sorry. That's just who I would have picked based off of what I have seen. I am sorry.
Well, Julie.
No, that's
Alyssa could have
okay.
played it a year.
That's okay.
Alyssa could have played it a year. Beside the point, I love Alyssa Hunter down. Don't get me wrong. But you asked a question. I gave you a direct answer.
Fair.
Great, thank you.
And then, yeah, Lux is incredible. There was a world where I saw Lux winning season 15 and not Sasha Colby. And I am happy we live in the world we do. I want to make that abundantly clear. But she should have been in that final too. It should have been her and Sasha. And I get why it was Anitra. I understand. But she won. She also has one of my favorite verses of any queen that's been on Drag Race. Two of them, actually. Two of them. But looking good and feeling. I'm like, love her so much.
Yeah.
She is really good at the like music challenges for sure.
She's really good at Drag Race. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Lux is good at Drag
Yeah,
Race
yeah.
because she's a student of Drag Race.
Mhm.
Mhm.
She cracked the code that Frisbee Jenkins wasn't able to 10 years ago.
I was so
Fully.
go there.
Gag her. Gag her.
Gag them a bit. For sure.
For sure.
Sure.
I love Lux. I didn't put Lux because I would like to see Lux with a few more years under her belt. That's where I'm
Right.
at with Lux. But I think Lux is primed to come back at some point and do very well.
Mhm.
So
A lot of the queens that like Brook and Eduardo and probably you casted Logan that I didn't. It is just because there are other queens that I want to see first. But
Yeah.
like all of them, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, for sure, yes, absolutely,
totally.
Yes.
want to see back. Yeah.
Bracket 3.
Okay, this I think is my wildest bracket.
It
in my
is.
opinion.
It is.
Has so many
Uh-huh.
left field choices, but you know what? That's exactly why I put
Brook,
them all
River,
together.
buckle in.
Buckle in,
Okay.
because this one is wild, capital W wild, and that's
Capital
why
W-I-L-D wild.
yes.
Okay,
That's why
I'm here
I
for
put them
it.
all together in this very specific bracket because I knew that it was gonna be wild. I know that like most people are not gonna have these people on their brackets, but you know what? I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. This is my yellow bracket.
You want it to be unique and different.
Yes.
Oh my
So I
God.
have
Hold on.
Vivacious, Candy Ho, Akira C. Davenport, Utica, Selena STDs, and Floor from Drag Race Down Under.
You
Floor.
ate so hard, Eduardo.
These ones are wild, and I know that they're wild, but you know what? Do I care? Not really.
King live.
I
King live.
live.
King live.
Because these ones are fucking wild. Like, just imagine. Imagine Vivacious talking to Utica. Like, just imagine. It would be
Imagine
insane.
Utica talking to Floor.
I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. And
Imagine
this is
Selena
why-
has titties and Floor in the same room.
This is exactly why I picked the girls that I did.
Uh-huh.
Because I
Oh, yeah.
know that the conversations, the things that would happen in this workroom would be wild. First of all, Vivacious, one of those queens that just has a beautiful legacy in Drag Race that just hasn't come back. I thought after they did that bit with Ariana Grande and Vivacious that she would come back, and she hasn't. And so it's just like about time that she does. Candy Ho, it's yet again one of those queens that I think didn't get a lot of airtime or hasn't been in the bubble in quite a long time. And so I feel like this type of format really like helps her come back into the bubble and do well and show us how she has evolved. Akira is one of my favorite Drag Race girls of all time. And the fact that she got screwed over so hard in All-Star 6 when she could have done so well is wild to me. And so I need her to come back and have a proper shake at it. Utica, everything that Utica wears is absolute art. And so I needed someone that was gonna bring us art every single time that she walked on that damn runway. And also, I just love Utica as a person. Her personality is wild. She's so kooky and wild. I want to see Violet Chachki look at Utica and do that thing that she did when she was reviewing the episode that she was on. Like, I need that to happen again. That would be so funny. Selena is Selena, yet again, one of my favorite from season 15. I want her back as soon as possible. I love her so much. She is an absolute icon. And Floor did so well in her season. She did so well in her season. And seeing her interact with these queens would be absolutely insane. I don't think my brain can even handle it. I think she would do so well in this season. I think it would be so interesting to see her handle this bracket. I love this bracket. This might be my favorite bracket just because how wild it is.
Girl, you ate.
I love it.
No crumbs. I remember there was a rumor going around during All Stars 8 that Candy Ho was going to be a lip sync assassin on that season.
Mhm.
And when that rumor was going around, I was like, oh, please, dear God, let this mean we're getting Candy Ho back for All Stars at some point. Because she was so under-edited on season 7.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So under-edited on season 7. But dear God, if all 3 of her lip syncs are not incredible,
Mhm.
specifically her lip sync to Lover Girl and, of course, Break Free are both amazing performances by both her, Kasha Davis, and Jaden Dior Fierce, respectively.
And I'm not even gonna discount I'm Every Woman with Trinity because that lip sync is also incredible. Was that not her? No,
That's
That's
April.
April. That's April.
Candy did Geronimo with Tempest was the other
Tempest.
one.
Oh Lord. Well,
Yeah.
Julie, that ain't a good lip sync.
We don't have
With
to
the
talk about that
beard.
one.
She did good.
Talk
She did
about
good.
Geronimo.
She ate.
Yes.
Tempest.
Yeah.
I don't know what the crowd lady's doing, but the bearded O is turning it out.
Turning it. Thank you, Katya.
Oh,
I know she won't go back on. I almost put Katya.
That's fair.
I almost put Katya on here.
The only way I could ever see Katya coming back is if it was like a one-off Drag Race Legends, like show up.
Last chances.
Yeah. For like $1 million, and that's it.
Well, wake it up. Wake it up. But yeah, every single person on this list is a phenomenal choice for All Stars. I considered Selena. I didn't want to overload with too many season 15 girls. That's the only reason I didn't cast Selena. But Mother STDs showing up, please. STDs.
I love this. The Vivacious choice, yes. Utica, like all of these choices are just absolutely incredible. I think the Floor choice, especially, I adore Floor. Friend of the pod, Floor. You can go check out our episode with her talking about Drag Race Down Under season 4. We love Floor here. If you want to go see Floor be a drunk mess on the channel, go check it out. It was very fun, I have to say. So Floor in Untucked would be a delight, girl. I would watch her on this season just to see her in Untucked, honestly. But no, great grouping. Love it.
Absolutely. So good.
Love it. Is it my turn?
Oh, yeah.
Are you the drama?
I'm not the drama, but oh boy.
I was the drama with this one.
This is about to be fun.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
And before Logan's like, we're going to cast Ginger Minge for a 5th time.
Nope.
I mean, we did talk before we started recording. We did talk about how almost everyone here almost casted Jujubee.
Yeah, we did talk about almost putting Jujubee.
Except Brook.
She could come back, though, because it's been like 5 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I will say, on the topic of people that are on this season, I did almost put Deja in this.
You should have.
For the purposes of, well, and I don't know, she could come back in the redemption bullshit lottery bullshit and win the season. Who fucking
redemption
knows?
Bullshit lottery bullshit.
Exactly.
It has the same energy as the
contest award contest competition. Absolutely. 100%. National Selection Award contest competition. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're defending champion in the bottom left corner over here, Eduardo. Congratulations, Eduardo.
He's a winner, baby. He's a winner. Anyway. Please welcome to the stage, bracket 1. The turquoise embellishments bracket. No, I didn't put Alexis Michelle in the bracket. Don't worry.
That would have been
but
so
all
funny.
of them are loosely Drag Race themed as far as my color schemes. This is what I'm calling the comeback bracket. For one reason or another, I put these queens in this bracket because they deserve a comeback. Whether it be an early out, whether it be because the fan base wants to see them, whether it be because they are the only queen from their season that has not yet returned. Spoiler. These queens, in my opinion, all deserve to be back on Drag Race. So my first bracket is Dakota Schiffer from Drag Race UK Season 4, Mystique Summers from Season 2, April Carrion from Season 6, Tempest du Jour from Season 7, the first homosexual contestant of all time on Drag Race. She's a gay-ass bitch, Joey J from Season 13. And Corey King from Season 17.
Because you just made my roommate very happy by saying that last
Good. Of course. Yeah, I put these 6 people together, and all of my brackets have like a running through line, but also there's a lot of diversity when it comes to the I've killed Brook and Luke, and I'm loving it.
Lord.
Who's doing this because of crush on Corey?
Yes, wake it up. This bracket for me, like I said, is the comeback bracket. For one reason or another, these 6 queens for me deserve to be back on TV. Dakota Schiffer is one of the most robbed queens in the entire Drag Race universe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Wake it up.
I'm gonna wake it up.
Thank you.
I love Dakota. Go check out, hey, again, another plug to the Global Fan Cast video, because Dakota was my pick from the UK.
And eventually the overall representative from the UK, if I remember.
I know. And
yes.
She didn't win, so it's fine. I'm picking her here. But I think I would love to see Dakota come over and make the transition over to the US All-Stars. She is my only queen pick from the UK. So spoiler, I did not pick Tayce. I think Tayce is a gorgeous option, obviously, but I went with someone that I think, frankly, I could use an international boost like being on All-Stars 11. And I love Dakota so fiercely. I think bringing her to a US All-Stars would be really fun to see, just because I don't know what it would be like to see Dakota on a US All-Stars. And I think this format, if she comes in confident, I think she could absolutely demolish this bracket. I think with these 6 girls, I think Dakota Schiffer wins this bracket. If you ask me, I think Dakota Schiffer wins this bracket.
Possible.
So, Mystique Summers, for the exact same reasons that you brought up, Eduardo. She is the only girl from that season that has not come back on a second season. She deserves it. I've also had the pleasure of seeing her live. I saw her live in Tucson about 1.5 years ago. And it's not just because she wanted to sleep with me that I have her here, but she's a phenomenal performer, a gorgeous entertainer, funny as fuck. And we did not get to see enough of her first time on Drag Race. I think it is past due to see her here. And I would love
16 years.
16 years. Even if you only get her for 3 episodes, she deserves at least another chance to get her booking fee up. So, April Carry-On is the first queen to bring up All-Stars 2. Why is it All-Stars 11 and she hasn't been back? That's all I need to say. Tempest is my hometown girl. She was going to be on this cast regardless, because she is my hometown girl. But also because she is one of my favorite queens of all time. She is so stupidly funny. She's incredibly talented. We did not see all of the Tempest that I get to see so frequently here in my hometown. She is funny. She is so irreverent. I get to call her a good friend. And she is someone that, more than a lot of queens, I think really, really deserves another shot to show the world what she's got as well. And I would love to see it for her. And spoiler, I'm the only one that has her on, but hey, whatever. I love Tempest dearly.
I love the Crab Lady.
Love the Crab Lady. I did not intentionally put the 2 Arizona queens in the same bracket, but I actually think having them both here is very funny. Joey has leveled up her pussy so fiercely since season 13, and she's another queen that I don't think we got to see a whole lot of, obviously. She just recently has dived into the world of pageants and just competed for a state pageant here in Arizona. So I think now that she's leaning into the pageant world and is doing she's doing a lot more femme drag. I think it would be real cool to see Joey reintroduce herself to the Drag Race universe in the way that I get to see her very frequently as well. I love Joey. I think she's so fierce and such a beautiful soul. I love Joey fiercely. She's another queen early out that I think would really, really benefit from this kind of format. And I think it'd be really fun to see Joey. And Corey has been, I'm going to say, maybe the biggest success story from season 17 coming off the season. Like, Cameo has basically sponsored the bitch at this point. She has a running relationship with Cameo, with Dunkin' Donuts. She is the workhorse of season 17 right now. She is everywhere. Does she need to go back on All-Stars immediately? No. Do I think it would be real funny for her to? Yes. Do I think it'd be real funny to have Lydia on this season and Corey on the next season? Also, yes. And also, I just enjoy Corey. I think it would be real fun to have her here. So, bracket number 1.
Well, Dakota almost made my list as well.
How fun. Okay, cool.
But it was just, but I had to pick someone, I was only going to pick one person from each international franchise that I did, and she was. It was a long debate with myself between her and the person I picked, but
yeah.
Yes,
and I know the person you picked, and I'm excited for the person you picked.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Yet another appearance by April Carry On. I will not complain about that. That makes me I know, spoiler alert, we did talk a tiny bit before there. Logan said there is one girl that is on all 4 of our lists. If April is the one girl who's on all 4 of our lists, I will be so thrilled.
That'd be so funny.
Because I love April.
I guess only River and I know the answer to that.
I think it is at this point.
Who knows? We'll find out here in about 20 minutes-ish.
Yeah, but also the first homosexual in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race, Joey J. Yay. Get that representation back here. A gay-ass bitch, our filler queen. I love you, Joey. I'm a huge fan. Joey also low-key kind of got robbed a little bit. This much. This much. Because she should not have been in the bottom of that
ball, but she should have gone home in that lip sync.
She should have been in the bottom 2, though. She obviously lost the lip sync. She was not the bottom 2 in that challenge. They just didn't want to send one of the winner's circle girlies home that early. Real wake it up. Besides the point.
Oh no, because Elliot should have gone home in that ball. Let's wake that up.
Well, they didn't want to do that either. Beside the point.
I don't know why, but that's beyond the point.
Beside the point, all of these picks are great. I would love for Tempest to come back. I really thought that after Save a Queen, her and Kimura and James would come back.
Yes.
And I know Kimura's been busy, and that's why she hasn't been back yet. I haven't heard much about what Tempest has been up to. So I was kind of surprised we haven't seen Tempest back
she's
yet.
still working at the U of A here. She is booked and blessed locally here. Like, she is the mainstay queen here. I get to see her as frequently as I go out, and every time I see her, it's a blessing. So I love Tempest. I love Tempest so fiercely. So
yeah. Thus, my standout for this one is Joey J. I think this is the perfect format for Joey J to come back. I feel like just didn't have enough airtime, and this is the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Joey J. And I hadn't heard about the pageants and the more feminine drag that Joey J had driven into, and so now I'm really excited, and I really want it to happen.
This year's Miss Gay Arizona America was a very fierce pageant this year. One of my favorite local girls won. Shout out to Miss Chris Mort. Comedy Queen won Miss Gay Arizona America, and I'm very thrilled about it. But shout out to Miss Chris Mort. Love you, girl. But yes, introducing bracket 2, the Old Friends Gold bracket, which I'm also referring to as the Redemption bracket, because in one way or another, these girls for me deserve a redemption, whether it's being an early out, whether it's having some form of redemption needed. I think these girls deserve a time to get their second, or in one case, third shot on Drag Race. My gold bracket: Amel from Drag Race Down Under, Stacey Lane Matthews from season 3, Jaden Dior Fierce from season 7, Rose. When you brought up Rose earlier, I laughed.
I adore her.
Miss Thorgy Thor from season 7 All Stars 3, and Robin Fierce from season 15. I think this group together is also just a very interesting dynamic as well. I think it's a really fun grouping of people. For me, I think one of the more unfortunate international pork chop situations that we've had over the last couple of years is Amel. Again, friend of the pod, we love Amel here. An absolute fucking sweetheart in every possible way. And I would love to see Amel get an international spotlight in this way. Her drag is so unapologetically Black, so incredibly beautiful. And I would just love American audiences to have to say that they support Amel. I think that would be really funny, actually. I I think that's
And
just a really
she's
funny.
ready for the promo. She's ready. Thorgy's like, they're ready for the promo.
Exactly.
Cool.
They're already ready. They're here in the gold bracket. Rose would just have to switch from rose gold to gold. She's ready. I think it is due time to see Stacey Lane Matthews at least back for, at least 3 episodes. Miss Mama has been quoted so many times and has also been struggling so fiercely recently that, like, I just would love to see her get another shot, get her booking fee up, get her traveling. Like, I don't know if she even could do it, but I put her on here because I love Stacey. I love Stacey so fiercely, and I would love to see Stacey come back and make a triumphant return to Drag Race in the way that a lot of the season 3 girls already have. Stacey, for me, is maybe the one girl left from season 3 that I would actually like to see return. And that's no shade to any of the other girls, but that's just Stacey's the girl I want to see come back. Jaden, I said everything I needed to in the global video, but I'm going to say it here again. It's been 10 years. Where's Jaden Dior Fierce? And I thank you. Rosé is someone actually I had very last minute on my cast, but the more that I thought about it, I'm like, why not have Rosé back? She's been working on, the boy side of her music career, and her music's great. But Rosé is a very talented artist. The redemption side of things for me comes from that finale episode where things, external factors just led to her not being able to perform the way that she needed to in that finale. And, things could have ended up differently, and Rosé might have won season 13. I think that's a very feasible possibility. I think it's been it'll have been 5 years at this point since we've seen Rosé on TV. I think it would have been really, really cool. I think it would be really, really cool to see Rosé. And I think Rosé in this format is someone that, if she has the confidence coming in, I think she will excel in this format for sure. Thorgy, we've talked about several times already. Both of you had Thorgy, right?
In bracket 2, ironically,
Yes.
all 3 of us had her in bracket 2.
River.
We'll see.
I don't
You
remember.
have the opportunity to do the
Um,
funniest thing ever.
No
I was
spoilers.
No spoilers, but I fucking love Thorgy. Love Pink. Duh.
Love
We
Pink.
referenced her in the Pink bracket cast assessment that we did for this damn season of All Stars.
Love Pink.
Y'all said everything I needed to say about Thorgy. I will say Thorgy is one of my favorite queens to have ever been on Drag Race, period.
Wake it up.
There's another shot. Robin is also one of my favorite queens to have been on recently. I don't think she got a fair shake. The whole season 15 editing fiasco as well really tarnished her initial response. If y'all haven't gone back and watched the re-edited version of season 15 that's now on Paramount and WoW and everything like that, there's a lot more Robin. We learn a lot more about Robin, and we see a lot more Robin. And it's refreshing to see. The 2 people we see a lot more of in the re-edit of season 15 are Robin and Jax. And I almost had Jax on this. I love Jax as well. I think Jax is so fucking talented. But I chose Robin because Robin is someone that I connected to very early in the preseason. Obviously, her mother is Mo Hart. Therefore, I love her. And her aesthetic and her personality and just the overall charisma, uniqueness, and talent of her really has always spoken to me, and I just love Robin dearly. So I don't know who I would want to advance out of this bracket necessarily, but I love these 6 queens, and I think this would be a fun redemption bracket here for All Stars 11.
Girl, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. When you said this is the redemption bracket, I was like, okay, who can I think of that needs a redemption? I was like, okay, well, I assumed Thorgy, right? Because I know you. I knew Thorgy was gonna be on your cast. The rest of these picks caught me off guard, but I love every single one of them. Amel especially. Oh my lord, that is a fantastic choice.
Amel was one of my first picks. Amel was, I will say, Amel was one of my first picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Season 3 Down Under is such a blessed and cursed series at the same time.
Wake that up. Don't we know it? And so many of those girls have been on our pod. We love all of you. All of y'all. Y'all know. But we love all of you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was a fun season to watch. With all of its problems, it was very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I would love the opportunity to have one of those girls come over here and compete in American All-Stars. And Amel would be such a good choice for that. I love Rosé with every fiber of my being. And the only reason that Rosé did not make my cast, I want to make this very clear, is that I had 3 girls that were going to be weaponizing their BFA on my cast already. I did not need a 4th. And I will tell you right now, Rosé is doing the most out of all of them at the moment, other than Susie. But Susie just got off Drag Race. I feel like the time is now.
I would say Plasma is also up there.
Yeah. And I love Rosé. Like I was not around when season 13 was happening. I was Team Rosé in that finale, as much as I love Simone. So, I fully agree with the decision based on the lip syncs that were performed on that day. Let me be clear. And I did consider Stacy, and it's just the health is where I'm worried out for Stacy.
I get it.
Same.
I definitely took that into factor, but I also wanted Stacy to be represented here because I love her and I want her to have another shot. The health situation I did consider, but I wanted her here regardless.
Valid. And then the rest of them were on my cast, so yeah.
Well, yes.
I would like to take this time to defend myself for not putting Jaden on my cast list.
Thank you.
Specifically because I knew that everyone else was going to have her on. And we already talked about her on the Global All-Stars.
Yes.
Cast assistant. Like, I wanted to give someone else that opportunity to be brought out to the table. But Jaden is obviously a queen that absolutely needs to come back like yesterday. Like, why hasn't she? She's one of those girls that has been asking, just like Dita, has been asking to come back, has been begging to come back, gnawing at the bars, and for some reason, Drag Race just doesn't pick them to get on All-Stars. And so I obviously love the pick for Jaden. I really hope that she gets a chance to be on All-Stars soon, because Lord have mercy, I want it to happen.
Purr. Well, introducing bracket 3. I chose Lime for this bracket because these girls are zesty, and this is my performance bracket. These are the girls that are the performers, and not all of them are the same kinds of performers, but all of these beautiful, lovely entertainers are performers. Down boots the house. Yes, God, mama. So, my third bracket includes Max Drag Queen from Drag Race Down Under Season 4. Of course, Dita Ritz from Season 4. Mercedes Amon Diamond from Season 11. Sugar Cane Honey. Oh, honey. Sugar Cane Honey from Season 11. Lady Camden from Season 14. And Plasma from Season 16. And as you all now can see, performers, the house down boots, mama, yes, God, in completely different ways. Here, I'm actually going to start with Dita, because we were kind of just talking about Dita. Where's Dita? World of Wonder, Paramount, Viacom, CBS, all the people, RuPaul, Miss Paul, Michelle, Carson, Ross. I ain't going to blame Maddie. I'm not going to blame Maddie. I'm not going to blame Law. They just got here. The rest of y'all, Fenton, the other man, Randy, Fenton. Where's Dita? Why have y'all not put Dita Ritz back on your program? It is a crime, it is a shame, and it is a disappointment that you have not blessed our screens again with Dita Ritz. And in fact, you are doing yourselves a disservice by not putting Dita Ritz back on your program.
Mhm.
Why? The people are asking, Dita is asking, and we don't get it. And that's where I'm going to end that. Mercedes is a fierce performer, as we saw. She was still very new to drag at the time that she was on season 11. I've seen her grow a lot since her season. I think it would be really cool to reintroduce her. I'm going to say, I think she could have a very interesting reintroduction to the fandom a la Phoenix on this season. She's got the one moment that people are going to remember.
Mm-hmm.
You earn everything. Like I think it would be fun to see her reintroduced to the fandom in this way. And I would just personally love to see it because I've always loved Mercedes. Sugarcane honey. Oh, honey, sugarcane honey. That's mother right there. Suga is one of my favorite people that has ever been on Drag Race. I love Suga Cane. And the interesting thing about Suga, too, she was very new to drag at the time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see Suga. Suga is someone I think as well could absolutely demolish this format. And I would love to see it. Lady Camden, again, like we were talking about earlier, she's the only person in the top 7 of season 14 that is not returned for All Stars. I would like to see it. And Plasma, that's my Plasy right there. I love me some Plasma. I always will love me some Plasma. She did literally just tweet recently, oh my God, you guys, should I go on All Stars 11? Yes! Plasma, the answer is yes, you should.
Yes.
I think you should.
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
Please.
100%. Now, I know it's an interesting pick for me to put Max on here. Because she's the only queen in my 18-person cast that is not judged by RuPaul, because she was judged by Michelle. I think that would be such an interesting dynamic, because Ru does know her mother.
Right.
So I think having Max, I think Max is someone that has the aesthetic, has the skills. I think Max coming over and doing an American All-Stars would be such a seamless transition. And also knowing everything that went on with Max during their first Drag Race experience, I had to put Max on here simply because I would love for Max to have a better Drag Race experience than the first time they were on. I know they enjoyed it as much as they possibly could, but I would love to see Max have a better Drag Race experience than the first time they were on. And what better way to do it than the Tournament of All-Stars? So.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of Max, but now that you say, I'm like, yes, because the first time, like what she could have done if she didn't have all of that in her mind.
And she still got 6th. She still slayed. She still gave one of the best individual lip sync performances of last year. I still think about that cartwheel split to this day, rent free in my mind. Like,
yeah, Max is an incredible choice. I will be honest. The second I don't know if you saw, but when I saw Max on screen, yeah, and that's exactly how I would react. And I think it's really interesting too, because the girls that have watched Down Under 4, right? We get it, right? Like, because all of us watched it. We've all seen Down Under 4 here, right?
Yeah.
In a world where you bring somebody that Ru hasn't judged to American All-Stars, I don't know how that would play for Ru, but for me, oh God, Max is such a good choice for this.
Max arguably, and I say this arguably, Max is arguably the best lip syncer in this bracket. And I know we're sitting here with Dita Ritz right next to her. I know that.
And Lady Camden.
And Plaz and Mercedes and Suga. And that's why, like, it's a great performance bracket. It's a great performance bracket. And that's why I love the pieces that I put together here, because all of these girls are performers, but in such different ways, and all bring such different things. And like, I've got a couple girls weaponizing their BFAs or their ballet degrees, but I've got Suga, who's, you know, a late to drag entry, but has, you know, so much soul to her drag. And then you've got Mercedes and Max, who are like the flip girls, and they have the stunts, and then you've got Dita, who's just fucking Dita Ritz, who has one of the best fucking lip sync performances of all time. Why isn't she back? And I thank you.
But yeah, most of these people were on my list, so I feel the need to not comment much further.
Fair
Sugar
enough.
almost came close. Sugar was very close. I want that documented.
Thank you.
Love Sugarcane. I just don't know what she's up to nowadays. So
a lot of fabulous, lovely things. She's got a similar trajectory right now to Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Work.
Who I will say, love my mother. That is my mother. I almost put her on my list, but there were other queens I wanted to see back who hadn't been on. So that's
Lovely.
Well,
I will cede my time to River.
Is it my time to shine? My time to be the drama?
This is your moment. Have
it.
We should have introed everyone's segment with that.
We need to have that as a sound clip also.
We do.
We do.
We've had it for years.
Yeah. But okay, so my thought process with making my choices was very similar to what y'all's process was. But for me, what I did specifically was I started with 3 queens that like I needed to be on my 3, I need to have them. And those, and then I went from those and I added like, okay, who do I want to see? Who would I like to see? And then I made like a longer list. Then so I had like 15 to pick from that like long list. And then that's where I started like making cuts, but I had 3 and I will, when we get to them, I will mention which those 3 are. But then after that, I put like those 3 first. And when I started putting the brackets together, I wanted to have 1 queen from each international season that I got. So I did 1 queen from each English-speaking franchise that is not US. So Canada, UK, and Down Under, 1 from each. And then I put each of them in a different bracket. And then for each bracket, I also wanted to have kind of a duo kind of thing. So I put, for one bracket, I put 2 queens that were on the same season. For another bracket, I put 2 queens that are from the same city and are like best friends. And then on the other bracket, I put 2 queens that are from the same city. And I don't know if they're like best friends, but I'm sure they're like friendly and friend-ish. I'm not
know
sure.
who you're talking about. I'm pretty sure they're besties.
Okay, right. But I'm not sure they're like the other best friends. You know what I mean? Because they're like for real, like number 1. You know what I mean? But yes. And then so that takes like 3 spots from each bracket. So after I had that, then I went with like a feeling. Like, who do I mix with these 3 that would go well and that would be entertaining and fun? And so that's how I added like the other 3 queens for each bracket. So let's get into bracket number 1.
Ta-da!
The mint green bracket. So yeah, I have Crystal Method and Jackie Cox as the season 13 duo. 12, sorry. Then I have Plasma, Hollywood star from Down Under.
Wake it up.
Because I need to see more. Hello.
Not you picking the American.
Well,
I'm just giving you shit. I think it's funny.
It's well, what can I say? It's a coincidence. I forgot actually that she was American. So
no, I love it.
I didn't even know. So well,
continue, my love. Sorry.
And it's fine. Then I have Selena Estes, of course. And I will spoil, the next bracket is pink. And then I was thinking like, why didn't I put Thorgy in the pink bracket? Or why didn't I change the color? Anyways.
Love pink.
I didn't think about it, but Thorgy is Love Mint. Yes.
Love Mint.
Thorgy is the last person that I put on this bracket. And she was one of the 3 queens that were like my top 3 that needed to be on. And then I just thought that Plasma and Thorgy like together would be so much fun. And then also mixing that with like Selena and Crystal, like this would be a very like fun, campy bracket, I think, except for Hollywood. So I was like, I want to put someone that's like a performer. Selena is also like a performer of like more like upbeat songs, like pop and hip hop and all of that. So that's the one lip sync that I would really love to see for this bracket. Like Selena versus Hollywood would be T. And also if like with a very specific song, like a Broadway or like a campy song, seeing like Thorgy versus Jackie would be fun. So yeah, all of these queens are like queens that I think only Thorgy has been back, and I think we talked about it, like she was just robbed, and she's the one that I think is like in all four of our things as well.
There are two of them.
Yeah, it's not just there's two. So Thorgy is one. Period. We don't need to go on. Like you said, Logan, she's also one of my favorite queens that has been on Drag Race overall, any franchise, period. I'm obsessed with her. When I'm feeling down and I need to feel better, I put her and Bob doing person impressions. And it just makes my day every time. I love it. But yeah, every queen in this bracket is someone that are queens that I think could, in a different universe, could have won their seasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just would love to see the interaction in like Untucked and the workroom and like an improv challenge with this cast. But
you can't put it in a box.
You can't put it in a box. Yeah.
Let your hair down.
I mean, honestly, Crystal and Thorgy's energy together, please.
Crystal, Thorgy, and Plasma together.
Right? An acting challenge here? Live.
Oh my god.
Why do Thorgy, Plasma, and Crystal all give weaponized thing that BFA energy, but only one of them actually has a BFA?
Right. But they have like same energy, kind of.
Thorgy.
Oh, Thorgy has a BFA?
I think Crystal does as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they're all weaponizing it either way.
I believe Jackie might as well. Actually, I think all six of them might. This might be the BFA bracket.
Yeah, there's a lot of BFAs here. There's like 4 BFAs.
I'm surprised it took us this long to get a shot at Crystal Method. Mm-hmm. I really thought
David's gonna be really upset at us in this.
She was so close to being
She's a local girl for David, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's local. Crystal and Daya are the local girls for David.
But yeah, all these are really good picks. I cannot clock any of them. Hollywood is a fantastic pick, actually.
Hollywood's an incredible pick.
Because Holly, like, I remember when Down Under 3 was going on, some people on this podcast thought Holly was winning Down Under 3. So
I thought when I was watching, even knowing that she didn't, I was watching the season, and before she was eliminated, I was like, how did she not win? Why did she get eliminated? And then when she did, I was like, oh.
It makes sense now.
I see.
It does. I think this is a great bracket overall. I think this is a fun group. I would hope for some acting challenges. I would hope for some performance challenges for all 6 of these girls. This would be a very competitive bracket, and I would love to see these girls compete against each other.
Oh, yeah.
Give me another remember the opening for season 12, the You Don't Know Me? Like, give me that, but like another Broadway style version.
Rent.
Literally, just make it over the top theatrical. You can base it off of any show you want. I don't give a damn. But every single girl here would eat that up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Every single one of them.
That would be wild.
Oh, and Plasma is one of the queens from season 16. Because I was like, season 16, is it too soon? But then I ended up having 3 picks from season 16, which I also put them each in one bracket because I didn't want to put them all together.
The season 13 effect from this All Stars. You have 1 from each bracket, yes.
But I was like, you know what? I don't care. It's not too soon. I need them back. And I just, a mandatory meeting and Dawn were 2 people that I was like debating with.
Because none of us have Dawn, and Dawn almost made my list, and I was a little like,
And I thought about morphine a little bit, but then I was like, she just had the accident. And I was like, maybe a little bit more time so she's back.
Well, she's got that good gig in Vegas. Let her have her Vegas gig. Let her stay in Vegas for as long as
make her money, like make a lot of money, and then come back like fucking slaying everyone.
Exactly.
Because the one thing that was lacking on her season was mostly the runways, right? And then like a few like acting.
It was acting, and the runways were inconsistent. They weren't always bad, but it was a bit of inconsistency. So but all right.
And then for bracket 2, we have Love Pink, which Thorgy should have been there, but it's fine.
Yes.
But yes.
We have
the duo that I need back together on the same season. Please and thank you, I beg. Morgan McMichaels and Mayhem Miller together. Like, honestly. Thank you. No, stop. Please stop. No, please stop. Stop. Oh my God. Please,
I will tell you from earlier. So breaking the fourth wall. I spent a lot of time putting together the slideshow today because the formatting was being a fucking bitch. The one fucking photo that took me the longest fucking time to format was fucking Mayhem Miller. Because the bitch didn't want to stay in her fucking rectangle. And I said, of course Mayhem doesn't want to stay in her goddamn rectangle, you bitch.
She just wants to collect her appearance fee, okay?
Yeah. And that's fine.
Hello.
And in this bracket, that's maybe I should get.
No, she'd make it.
I don't know.
This is a tough bracket.
I don't know.
But continue
and see,
on.
Both of them have already been back on All Stars, and both went home too soon. Correctly went home, I believe. At least Morgan the second time, at least. But had very short runs on when they were on All Stars. And I think with not having eliminations for 3 episodes and having Untucked, I needed, and it would be television gold to have them both together, please. Also lip syncing against each other. Could you imagine? Oh my God. That would be, anyway. And then I just realized that this would be a lip syncing bracket.
Yeah.
Girl.
This is your lip sync bracket, girl.
My lip sync assassin bracket, I think.
Right?
Because we have my international pick for this bracket is Miss Aurora Matrix, which is the only person from my whole cast that has not been judged by RuPaul. And I think I chose her because I think she's the one, well, not the only one, but I think she's one of the queens from Canada that could have a Marina Summers run on a Ru judge season potentially.
Wake it up. Yeah.
I think Ru would pee for her. Yeah. And also Michelle would love it. Like, I just feel like she would do so well on a US All Stars, and I want to see it.
Yes.
And then we have obviously Jaden Dior Fierce for reasons that we have already spoken of, and
3 of us have.
And I agree with everything.
And I gave her her props. Let's not do that.
Yes. That's okay. We forgive you. You know, that's
because I knew that everyone was gonna have her on their cast.
We could have all had her on our casts.
I'm not gonna speak for y'all. I forgive you. But Jaden, the one thing that I will add to the one thing that I would add to what has already been said is that I do love the break free lip sync overall, but Jaden is the reason why I always come back.
Me too.
That is one of my I'm obsessed with her in that lip sync. I love it.
In that prison break look.
Yes.
Because it's
then break free from it's so good. It's so good. I'm obsessed.
Candy has this really lovely energy in that lip sync, but dear God, Jaden Dior Fierce in that number. Like,
wake it up.
all 3 of her lip syncs, by the way. She goes back to back to back, and all 3 of them are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know why she hasn't been back as a lip sync assassin yet, like as the thing. But anyway,
I don't get it.
We just need her back in any form, please. And then my other pick for season 16 is the person that, in my opinion, love Nymphia. I was rooting for Saphira, and I think she should have won. But Nymphia is a great choice also. But I think Saphira was... I was mad. I was mad. I was upset. You know, it didn't feel correct. It felt wrong. Anyway. And so to me, she's on a level that I would bring her, like she could be on an all winners, but she didn't win. So it wouldn't make sense. So like, honestly, I want her to come back and do like a Shea Coulee coming back on All Stars 5. I want that for her. That's what I see. Potentially, right? And I love you, Logan. I kind of figured we would be the two people that would have her, but Miss Sugar Cane,
honey.
girl, wake it up. Look, I fully believe that if she hadn't did that reveal out of that robe, I really believe she would not have gone home.
Oh, baby, I'm going to wake it up right here, right now, again on this pod. That woman should not have been anywhere close to the bottom. She was the third best person in that challenge.
How was she in the bottom?
And can we also, again, wake it up even further, that should have been a win for Nina West, which it was, and the entire group should have been high. Because
they were done with Sugar. They just wanted to send her home.
They just needed a reason to eliminate her, and they did. Like, her elimination is one that I'm like, I was so mad. I was like,
I'm still mad.
Still mad.
I'm still mad.
That's why she's here.
Yes.
I love her.
That's why I put her on my list too, because I'm still mad.
Right? Like she was so great on her original season already, and she had only been doing drag for like a few years, like 2,
3, I think.
3-ish, like
some girl.
Not even 3. At the time, it was like a year and a half.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Plus, incredible Mexican and Indigenous representation.
Absolutely.
We don't have a whole lot of. Like, thank you, Lexi, for bringing us a little bit on season 17. But I think the last person to give us Indigenous representation was Suga. I might be wrong. At least on
US.
On US Drag Race.
Yeah.
Canada, always coming through with it. But on US Drag Race, I believe every season. But I believe the last 2 to do it on US Drag Race were Suga and then Lexi.
Mirage, no?
Mirage. Thank you for reminding me. Mirage, Lexi, and Suga. But yes, so.
You ate again. Yet again. Yes. Another day, another Sunday. The only reason I did not include Mayhem Miller on my list is because she did UK versus the World too. Had she not been on that cast, I would have had her down immediately, would have been the first name I wrote down. Because, dear God, can they ever treat my girl right on Drag Race?
Please.
We are 3 seasons deep. Granted, should she have been in the bottom on UK versus the World and went home when she did? Probably. Yes. I thought she was funny as hell, but yes, she was the worst in that talent show. Absolutely. However, should not have been in the bottom half of the time she was on All Stars. Period. She should have won the hotel challenge. I don't give a damn. Argue with the fucking wall. And she was consistently one of the best parts of season 10. Like, and granted, did she lose that lip sync to Monet? Yes. But again, she should not have been in the bottom that week. So I love Mayhem down. I just, God, I want her back. But I know if she comes back, the fandom's going to be like, again. And I'm going to have to be like, yes. But
yes, again.
Yes, again.
Yes, again. What about it?
That's She's also why I didn't have her on.
Queen of the party. Because
I know that I do want her on back at some point. I just think that right now she would get the reception that Ginger Minj is having. And I want people to be excited to see Mayhem back. So that's why I'm still hesitant on having Mayhem back. But I do love the pick of Mayhem here.
I'm with you on that. The reason why, because I was like, I want to see Mayhem back for sure. The reason why I put her here is because I wanted that duo of her and Morgan.
That's very
Otherwise, I would have put her maybe for like next All Stars or something. But yes.
Yeah.
And also, yes, Saphira. Yeah. I didn't catch Saphira because in my mind she won her season, so I don't see a reason for her to do All Stars.
Not too much on Miss Wind.
Nothing on Nymphia. Nothing on Nymphia. She is a fine runner-up. She is a delightful runner-up.
Fierce.
And Morphine is a lovely third place. Anyway.
Oh, but I will say another thing that I took into consideration with casting and then dividing the brackets is confessionals and like Untucked and all of that because I want
this is
that
also the confessional bracket.
Yeah.
No ham,
Yeah.
no chicken, no
Even-
turkey,
No turkey.
no cauliflower.
Sugar cane, honey.
And see, I was
Oh, honey.
considering Jasmine Masters instead of
Oh.
Jaden for this bracket.
Hmm.
But then I was like, no, I need Jaden. I need it to be
Yeah.
Jaden. And
Very
then
fair.
I love.
it is. And then for my bracket number 3, the lilac bracket.
Ooh, love lilac.
Wake it up.
Ooh.
Wake it up for
Love
lilac. Yes. So for this, I have 2 of the queens that were my lock top 3, period, which is Tita Ritz. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna even start because I'm gonna go off for too long and it's gonna make me mad. She has my favorite, like, individual lip sync performance on Drag Race of all time ever of any season. Period. It gives me chills down my back every single time I watch it. I get chills. It's incredible. Anyway. And then Detox, both Chicago girlies, and Detox is someone that I have been wanting to see back for a while. And she, when Roxy was on All Stars 9, at first, in the beginning of the season, she said that she was with this format of not going home and having some money up front for the looks, that she would consider going back. And so I was like, But then, because Roxy didn't win, she was like, no, whatever, they're doing my girl wrong, whatever. But I do think that with this format, she would come back, I think. And so that's why I put her here, because I wanted to make it realistic in a way. That's why Willem is not on my list, because she's the one queen that I want to come back, like, maybe the most, I think, but it's not realistic. But Detox is, and she's been the last time on All Stars 2, so it's been enough time. And now after, like, transitioning, I would love to see the new version of Detox. I would love it. Then for the international pick for this bracket is Tace from the UK. Yes, of course. I was debating between her and Dakota, and just because Tace I've been wanting to see back for longer, that's why I ended up going with her, because I still want to see, I want to see both of them back the same amount, but I've been longing for Tace for longer, so that's why I picked her in the end. And we all know why. She is mesmerizing and incredible in every single way. I'm obsessed. Also would give this bracket would also give great confessionals, by the way.
Oh dear God, I just realized that means we're gonna have to lose either Dita, Detox, Tace, or we'll get to the last one in a second. But
yeah.
Oh God,
Right.
this bracket's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be hard, but yeah. And then the other queen that we all ended up having on our list is April Carry-On, because the first queen to mention going back to All Stars in Drag Race history, and she hasn't been back. That's a travesty. That's homophobic, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yes,
it really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need her back. And like Elle said, it's been enough time, and she lives in the US, so I don't think she would have the disadvantage that she had the first time. And so we would see, and it's been like so long, we would see it would be so different. We need it.
It's been 12 years.
Yeah. Hello. And then we have Miss Asia O'Hara. Baby. This is one of the queens that every time there is an All Stars, I'm like, is she there? Is she there? Is Asia O'Hara? And she's not. And you know what? I'm not that mad. Maybe she wants to take her time. Maybe she doesn't want to come back. I don't know. But I would love to see it. I think it's been enough time, and having done Vegas and having more experience with the Drag Race world, because I think Asia was already a great drag queen when she went on her first season, but she wasn't really that good for Drag Race, I don't think. And I think that was the one thing for her that didn't really work. And I think now, being in the Drag Race world longer, I think she would actually do much better this time. because she was a great queen, she was not doing well for the Drag Race format when she was on the first time. And I don't think she would make the same mistake of like, she would, I hope she would put herself first this time. But anyway. And then my pick for season 16 is Mirage. Because, y'all, I just need to see her back. Like, did she lose that lip sync? Yes. But, like, she was eliminated too soon. I'm not saying she was wrongfully eliminated. I'm saying it was too soon. And I thought it may be too soon to cast her here. But because I heard that she was thinking about going back for this All-Stars 10, I'm like, okay, so she thinks she's ready. And I also think that, maybe I don't think it's too soon necessarily. And she would come back, I feel like, with a similar fan response to what Bosco is having, I think, of like being fan favorite, like immediately. Of course, they didn't do nearly as well, you know what I mean, as Bosco did on her season. But I'm saying like the fan reception, I feel like for Mirage, when she eventually comes back on an All-Stars, is going to be huge and very positive. So I'm just excited to see her back. This would also be a great lip syncing, like a fierce lip syncing.
Oh God!
Off. If I'm thinking about it,
this is the only time that I would want a second coming of the 6-way lip sync.
Well,
wild.
5 out of 6 ain't bad.
Maybe 2, 3 versus 3.
Who are you excluding in this?
We'll talk about it after the recording. I do not feel like being flamed in the comments on this one.
Okay, fair.
Brook said,
not the fragging.
not today.
Oh, okay. I think I know. Anyway, lovely choices. Great choices. I love the detox pick here, especially just because, like you said, she's transitioned recently. And love that for D. Love that for D.
Love.
So happy for her. I think it would be really fun to get to know the new detox and get to, have her reintroduce herself to the Drag Race fandom in such a great way. Would it be her, her third time and it's been a minute? Yes, but I would love to see it. Her and Dita are also really good friends. So I think it would be a really fun situation to see her here. I think having this beautiful left column of fabulous melanated women as well is gorgeous here. Dita, Taste, and Asia here would be so fun. Having April and Mirage and Detox in this bracket as well is just like, it's such a fun bracket too. Like this group would just be the fun time group. That's what I see this as. Like just a good time. The key, great competition. The girls would be competitive, but none of them would take the competition seriously, like too seriously to the point of like being upset about anything. And that's what I think that like this would be a fun bracket to watch.
Yeah. Low on the drama, I think, but high on the
I think high on the drama, but not on the serious drama.
Right.
I did not even remotely consider Detox because last I heard, after what happened with Roxy at All Stars 9, she is like, no, thank you. I'm good. I know there was like a time period there where she's like, yeah, I'd come back after seeing what they're doing with Roxy. And then after Roxy left, she's like, nope, I'm not coming back. I'm good. And I'm like, okay, I'll respect your wishes. In a couple years when Roxy inevitably gets her crowned in her 4th attempt, then you'll come back. I get it. Asia, I love Asia to death. I want her to have a crown. I think she deserves to have a crown, especially after the run she had on season 10. I just don't know when is the right time for Asia. Because I'll be honest, she's one of those people that I've wanted to see come back for years, but I've never really felt like a season fit her very well. Because I think it would have been too early on season All-Stars 5 and All-Stars 4. I think All-Star 6 had a really specific vibe that I just don't really feel like she would have fit in with. Obviously didn't win, so she can't be on 7. Maybe 8, but even then, that season just doesn't feel like it fits with her. And even this, when I was casting this format, it just didn't feel like the right time. I would love to have Asia O'Hara back on Drag Race literally at any point. I just need there to be the right time for it. But yeah, every other pick here, I'm like, like you're eating.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially, once again, wake it up. Every single person here on this panel put April Carry On their list. Thank you very much.
Period. Hello.
That's
Our
for sure.
two overall picks, and the only two overall picks that we all have being April Carry On and Thorgy Thor.
A while.
I
With
live.
ostensible overall picks of Taste, Dina Ritz, and Jaden Dior Fierce. Like,
Yes,
because none of us
absolutely.
object to any of them. Even the people that didn't have them on their list.
Yeah.
Like, Logan, you would love to see Taste on.
Of course.
Exactly,
Yes.
right? Like, we would all love to have all of them there.
Taste was on my short list, but I chose Dakota instead. Like, that's where I'm at with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Dina should have
and I
been
will-
on my cast. So, like, it's
Well,
one
yeah.
of those things of, like,
I'll say as well up there. I think Mirage is up there. Plasma's up there.
think they
Camden's up
put,
there
like,
as well.
I think
Yeah.
Mirage and Plasma were 3 times, right? Me, you, Logan,
Camden
and
might have
Brook,
been up
I
there
think.
3 times as well.
mhm.
And Camden was on my short list. So yeah, we have
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
In other words, wait
Synchrony
for the
and-
bloodbath
yeah.
that will come in part 2 of this.
Oh, Lord have
Look,
mercy.
if
Yeah.
Thorgy Thor and April Carry On don't end up making our team,
Oh,
I
no, no,
swear.
no,
Oh, no,
I
they
think those
don't.
are already locked. I
Those
think
are
the
already
only
locked.
four.
It's
Inclusion.
impossible, right? For them
It's
to not
just
make it.
it's just which bracket are we putting them in because they're all
Okay.
in different.
Love it.
Yeah,
And then
so
the
we all
arguing over the two-time appearances and the one-time appearances, and me trying to
What?
convince all of you all that Maddie Morphosis should be on All Stars 11.
Wow.
Anyone to get donations
not
on this
opposed.
cast?
I'm not opposed. We can talk. We can discuss.
What bracket do we all put April and Thorgy in?
Everyone
Thorgy-
put
I think I'm the
Thorgy
only
in 2, but
person-
River.
I think I'm the only person that put Thorgy on group 2. Or no.
But
Group
you
one.
should have
Group
put her
one.
in 2 because it was your pink bracket.
Yes, but
it.
everyone else put her in group 2 and I put her in group 1. I'm
So
wrong.
she's probably going to be in group 2. And then
Yes.
April,
Yeah.
I have April in
2.
1.
2.
I have her in
and
2.
one had her in 2. You had her in 1. She had her in 3.
Okay,
She's
so at
in
least there's a
every
little bit of
bracket,
variety here.
so
So,
she can
you know,
go-
Thorgy might be a lock for one bracket. April's a little up in the air, but we'll see. So, any other thoughts on River's third bracket before we, round this out here?
It's incredible, and I cannot
Yeah.
deal with the fact that 4 very, very, very likely winners of this season are in the same bracket, and one
Yeah.
of them would not make it to the next round. That
Yes.
kills me.
Wild card pick.
Right.
Okay,
that
sure.
could come back.
But even
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
do you think, okay, but the producers love drama so much. Do you not think they would love to have somebody that, like, is this, like, ostensible front runner, and then they don't come back in the wild card pick, and the wild card pick is, like, I don't know, like Selena S. Titties or something? Like,
Serena Chacha.
Well,
She's
Serena
not even
Chacha.
on the cast. She just randomly shows up.
Venus Delight.
Nicole Page Brook.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia.
Yes, I live. Oh,
Alyssa
and-
Summers.
Alyssa Summer. Alyssa Hunter.
She's on her.
Ginger Minge.
Tammy Brown.
Jujubee.
Oh,
Jujubee.
Oh, I fully expected at least one person to have Tammy Brown on their cast.
You know,
I
I
want it to be
considered it.
realistic.
No,
I
but it
wanted
is
to be
realistic. She would do
Eh,
it.
I don't
would
think
do
she
it.
would.
I don't think she would.
I don't think she would.
Also, no Jade Sotomayor either. That's.
You know, I thought about some season 1 girls. I thought about Jade. I thought about Akasha. I really
I thought about Akasha. But you know who I
Uh,
really thought? Who was one of the first names that I actually put down with Detox, Dita, and 4G? Nina Flowers.
Oh, I thought on
But then I was like, I went to look in her Instagram to see if she still did
She's
drag.
just
and
DJing.
Mostly DJing. So I was like,
she's
I want it to
DJing
be
in
realistic.
drag face. Like she's not doing
Yeah.
drag in the drag race style anymore. She's got her good gig in Denver. She's doing her thing. I love Nina for that.
That's why she was not here. Because I wanted
Yeah.
to be realistic and like if she's not doing drag now, like she's
Yeah.
not doing it the same way, she wouldn't come back,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, well, with that being said, I did look while we were doing this video. There is some updated tea, and from what we understand, Queens for bracket 1 went into sequester today. This is filmed on May 26th. It's not going to go up on May 26th, but this is filmed on May 26th. We know nothing yet. So, this is all our hopes and dreams and, all of that stuff. We'll see
Let
in
us
a
know
few
in the comments
days.
what your hopes and dreams are. Who do you guys want to
Yes.
see on this cast? Because I love going in the comments and people being like, I want insert person here on this cast. And I'll be like,
Mhm.
oh my God,
that
that's
we
so
never thought
good.
of.
That would
Yeah.
be
Exactly. Give us, hey, if you made it to the end of this video, give us your 18 person 3 bracket with color promos if you really want to. Give us your 18 person All Stars 11 Dreamcast in the comments below. We would love to hear what you all think of who you want to see on All Stars 11, what you think of our casts. You
Tell me
know,
why
if we
Kimora
had
Black should be on this cast.
Oh, something that I
did think
wanted to
about
add with the being realistic, just
Yeah.
honorable mention, Bimini would be my UK choice.
Bimini.
Every single time, she would be my UK choice.
My love.
Every single time, number one.
Yeah.
But I want to make it realistic. I don't think she would come back, so I didn't. That's why she's not here.
No.
Yeah.
Honorable mention as well, UK pick. But for me, I would like to see her bake a little bit longer in the oven. Caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I wanna
on my
see
too soon was Caramel, yes, and Lil.
Love
Yes.
Lil.
Lil almost made
Lil
mine.
was very
my
close
list.
to being my pick.
Love
I think I
Lil.
would probably-
Anyway, we would be here all day if we keep talking about the fabulous UK divas. But thank you very much for joining us for this video. That very well might be 2 videos. I'm not sure. I might split this into 2 videos at this point. Who knows? We'll see what happens when it gets released. But thank you for joining us for this fan casting video for All Stars 11. We will be back with a complimentary video where we are coming up with our aggregate 18 person cast, taking all 4 of our casts together, blending them together. You already know two of the choices. Those are already made.
16 slots remain, y'all.
So 16 to come.
If you are passionate about some of the choices that we made, let us know. That'd be fun too.
Argue down below. Tell us. Literally, someone there are plenty of 1 slot queens on this thing that may struggle to get in, but if the fan support is there, they might make it there anyway.
Exactly. I am willing to fight for any of my people that y'all are willing to fight for in the comments. So and we're gonna put a little bit of time between filming this video coming out, and filming that video. So you know, fight for those who fight for your life, in the words of icon Pangina Heels herself. So let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure to check out all the coverage we're doing here at the Cup Pod. All Stars 10, Morbid Drags, bunch of one-off videos here for this channel. Stay tuned. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for the month of June. Because it's gay month. So of course we're gonna be a fucking extra for gay month. Hello. Duh. But make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. Subscribe, like, and share on the way out. And with that being said, thank you for joining us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Love Pink.
Love Pink.
Love Pink.
And April.